So now that we've looked at how to add vectors geometrically, subtract them, as well as perform scalar multiplication, we're going to do a couple of examples where we combine operations. So let's take a look at example 4. We still have our same three vectors. We're going to use them to graph the vector u plus v plus w. Okay, so we're doing addition here. It's all addition, but we're adding three vectors. Okay, when you add, the order does not matter, so you can really combine them in any order, but I'm going to follow the order of operations here. I'm going to add u and v together and then get that resultant and add w to it. Okay, so let's begin. I am going to do this solely with method 1, but if you prefer the parallelogram rule, then you can go back and try it out on your own and make sure you come up with the same resultant. Okay, so I'm going to start with, like I said, in the parentheses, I'm going to do u plus v. That is going to be a vector, and then to that vector we have to add w to get the resultant vector. Okay, so I am going to start by graphing u. Okay, I don't know where this thing's going to end up, so I'm just going to start somewhere in the middle. I don't know, maybe here. Okay, so u, there's the initial point. I need to go down 1 unit and then right 2. Okay, because again, you're just looking off of this template to go from the initial point to the terminal point. It's always down 1, right 2. Okay, so here we go. Graph u. All right, so here's u. And I've got to put the arrow. Okay, u is pointed in that direction. And now I've got to add v. And like I said, I'm using method number 1. So that means at the terminal point of u, that's where I'm going to put the initial point of v. Okay, and we know v is due east, and we're going right 5 units. Okay, so here will be the initial point. Okay, and then I'm going right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's going to be the terminal point of v. Okay, so it'll look like this. And then I'm going to draw in the resultant. Okay, the resultant is going to be the vector that goes from the initial point of u, the first vector, to the terminal point of the second vector, which is v. Okay, so I'm drawing from the initial point of u to the terminal point of v, and so the arrow will be at the terminal point. Okay, so the black vector here is going to be u plus v. Okay, so let me label these. I don't know where this picture is going to end up, so on the side I will notate this. The blue vector is u, the green vector is v, and then, like I said, the black vector is u plus v. Okay, so to this quantity, okay, this is the black vector, and I'll even write this down. This is the black vector. To that vector, we need to add w, and then that result will be the resultant vector. Okay, so again, I'm going to apply the same rules. Okay, I'm going to start with the vector on the left. That's the black vector. Okay, here is its initial point right here, and then here is its terminal point right here. Okay, so at the terminal point, that's going to be the initial point of w. Okay, so let me go ahead and grab another color here. Okay, so this is going to be right here in purple. That is going to be the initial point of w. So from this point, if I go over here to my illustration, I need to go right 2 up 5. Okay, so right 2 up 5. Okay, so that's going to be the terminal point of w. Okay, and I need to connect the dots. So this purple vector is going to be vector w. Okay, I need to put my arrowhead. It's pointed in this direction. Okay, so now I can draw in the final answer, and I will put that in red. Okay, so we are doing the black vector plus the purple vector. Okay, so to draw the resultant, the initial point is going to coincide with the initial point of u plus v, the initial point of the black vector, and the terminal point will be the terminal point of w, or the terminal point of the purple vector. Okay, so we're drawing from the initial point to the terminal point, so the arrow will be right here. Okay, so this red arrow or vector, this is going to be u plus v. plus W. Okay, so the red arrow, like I said, is your final vector here. Okay, you can repeat this with the box method and make sure you get the same answer.